Hi, welcome to Cooking with Cindy. Today I'm going to show you my recipe on how to make enfrijoladas. Enfrijoladas mainly consist of beans, and then I personally add other ingredients and stuff like that. So it's kind of like an enchilada, but made out of beans as the base, and then I add on to it. So I'm going to show you my way. Follow along for the ingredients. Okay, so first we're going to be needing some beans. Now, I made some beans, so this is a fresh pot of beans, so I'm going to be using the beans that I made. But if you don't have any, or last minute you don't know what to cook, it's always good to keep this in your pantry. This Sun Vista brand, the pinto beans, I really like. It does honestly taste like homemade beans, believe it or not. I've actually disguised them enough to where when my grandma comes over and I don't have beans because she loves beans, I'll add a couple little extra ingredients to it and she swears that these are my personal beans, but no. So I always keep these cans on hand in my pantry, and so if you don't make them, that's fine. You can. This will actually work perfectly well. So I'm gonna add the beans, 1 tomato, and it's the large tomato. I'm gonna be boiling this. We're gonna be adding some chorizo. So mine is pork chorizo, but sometimes I add beef. It doesn't matter, totally up to you. If you wanna add soy chorizo, that's perfectly well. I'm gonna be the queso cotija, which is the dry cheese. This is actually for the topping. The oil, anything that is not olive oil, because we're gonna be frying the corn tortillas that you're gonna need. Now the sour cream, and either cabbage, which I personally prefer because of the crunch, or lettuce, and that's for the topping. So right now I'm gonna put my tomato to boil, and then we'll start the process. So now, while my tomato is boiling over here, I'm gonna start frying my tortillas, and it's like a quick little fry. You still want them soft, so you only do like a couple of seconds on each side. And that's all you're gonna do, just a couple of seconds. And then you flip it over. And then do the same to the next one. So once I'm done frying this, and as my tomato is boiling, I'm gonna go to chop up my topping, which is the cabbage. So now I'm gonna chop up my cabbage into small slices. So now I'm gonna add a little bit of the oil on here. And I'm gonna add the chorizo. Now chorizo, totally up to you how much you wanna use. Normally I use about half of the package. Totally up to you. And I'm gonna cook this for a little bit until it becomes loose. Now, this is the consistency that you kind of want the chorizo to have, as you can see. So now I'm going to add the bean liquid so it can fry a little. Now, if you feel that your beans are a little too dry or whatever not, you can add some hot water to it. Just make sure that it's not super, super runny, but this is my consistency. Now, I told you sometimes I don't add the chorizo if we're not craving the meat, or like during Lent season and whatnot. Then I would exclude the chorizo and then just add 2 tomatoes instead of the 1. And then I'm gonna mix this so everything incorporates together, and I'm gonna fry this for a good 5 minutes. So this is what it looks like 5 minutes into it. So this just finished cooking, and so what I do is I just grab my tortilla by one little corner and I dip it. And then I would roll it up kind of like an enchilada, or a taco, not a taco, like an enchilada. And so and then I'll just go and add a little bit more on top, just to make sure. Now, these are not filled with anything other than this bean sauce, okay? With the cabbage. And then I'm gonna add some cheese. And cheese, you can use cotija cheese if you prefer mozzarella, or if you prefer queso fresco. Honestly, it doesn't matter. Totally up to you what you prefer on it. I just prefer the cotija cheese, which my kids call the stinky cheese. And then we're gonna put some sour cream. And there you have it, enfrijoladas. Now let's give it a taste. A little bit of everything. So good, believe me. Once you start making these are gonna be some of your favorite to-go items. Like I said, it's pretty simple. If you don't have beans and you have in your pantry the cooked beans, the pinto beans that I showed you, those are my go-to. Like if I don't know what I'm gonna make for dinner, last minute resource and stuff, that's my go-to. My kids enjoy, my hubby loves them, and it's super fast to do. Once you get the hang of things and stuff, like the process will be as easy as 1, 2, 3. So I really hope you enjoyed this recipe. I hope you do try. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below. Thank you once again for joining me, and I hope you enjoyed this recipe. Have a great day.